Yep. Well, no doubt we will see as we enter the loading screen and skin intimidation. Corporate Mundo. I know you love that skin.
Isn't it Gussie who loves the Corporate Mundo skin? I think that's the
Everyone loves Corporate Mundo. You can't complain about Corporate Mundo
he makes things happen.
because Mundo file. And we are into the game, ladies and gentlemen. And we do see CLG picking up the stock standard items all around. 4 wards, 1 potion, and a fairy charm on Loco Doco for support. Everyone else choosing to go boots pots. And for Absolute Legends, the exact same, except we see 1 ward on Janna, as well as 1 potion and her boots, versus Zyra taking Fairy Charm 3 wards, 3 potions, as opposed to 4 wards, 1 potion. So a lot more healing power coming out bottom lane from Absolute Legends out of the bat versus the early ward on Janna top lane.
Oh,
Ooh,
they're gonna
double lift
catch
being
double
caught out
lift.
in the tri-bush there, but he is going to tumble away. I think he's going to be quite safe. Oh, the flash charm, and double lift escapes with the counter flash. So he certainly made them pay for trying for that kill.
Yeah, they burned one. Oh, they only burned 1 flash, but they forced Arya to pick up Charm at level 1.
Yep. And that's really gonna... It's not gonna hurt her in lane heaps, but it's going to certainly impact it somewhat, whether it be through CS or quite simply not being able to harass at level 1. But losing that flash 2 in a solo lane is going to really hurt her when Chowstar chooses to gank.
Minions have spawned.
So we do see Corky making his way up towards top lane Zyra as well, so we will see the lane swap. Janna will be going against the 2v1 of Vayne.
She is just really perfect for 2v1ing Janna. Once she hits a certain level, that Howling Gale just wave clears at full charge.
Blood red.
You hear that emote from Twisted Fate?
No.
Ah, never mind. I was just cursing
Is
over
it across
him.
one for the new skin?
Might be. I'm not sure. I haven't heard that many Twisted Fates emotes. So Chowster gonna pick up his blue buff. No smite for that one. And Jack's gonna walk right into Spellsy. Hotshot is gonna find Spellsy and do a little bit of damage, but has realized that this is gonna be a 2v1 lane for him.
Yep, so Hotshot is forced to back and go around the long way to lane. Unfortunately, he's going to miss out on quite a bit of CS. He missed out on almost an entire wave before he will get back there. That puts him well and truly behind at the start. Though Janna only does have 1 CS at the moment. She's being zoned really hard by Loco Doco and double lift.
When did they update the animation on Janus Tornado? Like, do you remember when that happened? Because I just remember it just like suddenly looking different.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. There's no recent changes that I know of to Janna. It's probably about 5 months old, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
And chat will rip me apart here for being wrong.
Plead the fifth. You almost fell for my trap zen.
Almost. And Hotshot is starting to have to hemorrhage those potions just to stick around as we see Yoda come up, possibly looking for a gank, but that ward in the try has spotted him. Chowstar hanging around as well, so we may see a bit of action in this try behind Hotshot's tower any second now.
Yeah, Twisted Fate is on his way up, making his way up through the lane. Now Yoda, he's realized it, he's caught. And Chowster's actually deciding to back off. And lands, and actually forces out the flash. One seismic shard for a flash. And whoa, Janna down in bot lane.
Loco deep behind the tower here, dealing tons of damage a second. He has no mana, but that turret damage, all the minions really forcing double lift and Loco to back out. They wanted that kill, but they're so low in level and just couldn't tank the turret at this juncture. And Zekin's going to back right out, and I believe that's going to be not too much turret damage actually, because there is no real wave there. The teleport coming back in from Zekin, so he doesn't miss any CS. Meanwhile, Hotshot's really just having it hard up top lane here, getting poked all day, and he's still hemorrhaging those potions. Just popped his last one, so he's only going to be good in lane for probably about another minute, I would say.
No, neither jungler able to make much happen. Chaucer was looking for a gank there, but Irish just playing too defensively, was way too far back to make that happen.
Yeah, both junglers they went for top, didn't work out, all that world coverage, and you saw Chaucer try it mid there, didn't work out yet again. And they're very, I wouldn't say they're very early gank junglers. Yes, they can gank early, but generally Mundo works best once he has a few abilities under his belt. And same thing with Malphite.
Oh, that might be about to dive Hotshot as they've done a ton of damage. Hotshot actually getting the counter-strike off on a Rubber Exley. No, he misses it, but forces him off, and now Spellsy's the only one under the tower. Spellsy exhausting Hotshot, and now being forced to flash out. And, you know, Hotshot is just dueling up here 1v2 and keeping himself alive.
I'm amazed he managed to get the flash out of Robert, and Spellsy just...
Oh, but down in bot lane, Janna's getting jumped. Chaucer has come down. She's been knocked to the wall. First blood is going to go on to Zyra up in top lane. And Locodoku going to pick up the kill onto Zentek.
And that was
the Twisted Fate ultimate is coming in. He's going to land the card in the Ignite, and down she goes.
Oh, how painful must that be to happen. As I was saying, that was by the second the first blood, so close to it being in CLG's favour. Unfortunately, Absolute Legends did just beat them by that split second timing. Double lift Loco and Chaucer going to back out down the bottom. We do see a pause coming out. I think someone may have disconnected or had a problem there. It seems Link, I think, has to reconnect to the game. So, we saw some really good plays there, just tossing over first blood. And Big Fat LP showing why he's so good on that Twisted Fate, just out of nowhere, coming up top and securing that kill, even though Hotshot dueled for the longest time 2v1. Still with me, Leon?
Yes, I was about to say something. But... no, yeah, I think it's a little unfortunate that Locodoku picked up the kill onto Zekant, because I feel like Double If really wanted that.
Yeah, I'm sure that, I don't know, Locodoku has been getting quite a few kills off of Double Lift. Generally, most of them have been when Double Lift hasn't been able to secure it himself. But a bit of extra gold early on your support doesn't go astray. It certainly helps them get their gold generation items faster, allows them to buy more wards, so you're safer. So maybe Double Lift isn't that upset at all. Maybe he is, I'm not quite sure. You know, just having a look at CS, we do see Jax is beating out Janna, despite the 2v1, very slightly. He has decided to pick up that Doran shield to better absorb all that damage coming out of Corki.
Yeah, and I kind of like the Doran shield on Mundo.
Sorry?
I kind of like the Doran shield on Mundo.
Yeah, Mundo has a Doran shield himself. I'm not sure about that. You normally see junglers rush a Heart of Gold. It's not too often you'd see them rush a Doran's item. Unless you were playing, I guess, a Mumu who loves that APO so much. And Zyra has picked up her Philosopher's Stone before Locodoku, but I'm pretty sure that'll change the very second Loco gets back. And the pause has ended.
How's it? I'm still paused.
I'm still paused. No, continuing my sentence.
Oh.
When the pause has ended.
I thought you said "and the pause has ended," and I'm like, wait, what?
I'm using my dramatic, fantastic voice. Have you lined up the champions on the scoreboard?
Yep.
Okay. I just thought I'd remind you during our short pause.
Yeah, I so easily forgotten.
Basically, same farm all around for everyone. Vayne just a little bit ahead of Corki, but same time, Big Fat LP just a little bit behind Ari. There's 3 creep difference for the junglers. It's Still real. It's too early to really comment on anything. And unfortunately, this is what happens when you have a pause this early. Link taking quite a while to get back in the game, so...
I bet he's getting snacks.
Ready being called, so we will see the unpause coming any second now. Maybe.
He was getting snacks. Snacks. Well, there's the unpause, so... Getting back into game now.
And we are back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. And we will see everyone down bottom lane back to base.
Why can't I jump to live? It's like permanently keeping me 1 second behind. Oh, well, looks like Jax is moving back up into top lane. Hotshot did teleport mid. I'm not sure why. I think he was just concerned about the tower getting pushed in.
Yep. Have you gotten to live yet?
Nope. Still 1 second permanently behind. Ah, there we go. Finally. Alright, back to live.
Alrighty, I was just worried about making calls that would have been off sync, as it were.
No,
Me predicting
casting from the future.
And Big Fat LP taking quite a bit of damage in mid, though both of the AP mids are going to peel off, pick up their blue. And so we'll see the spam fight happen in mid now that they both have blue. There's no reason not to cast spells, as it looks like Robert's coming down. Is it for a gank or is it just a lane swap?
Might be a lane swap. Yeah, it is a lane swap because
It is a lane swap.
I guess they don't feel like their lane swap is working all that well.
Well, I guess it wasn't really. Janna was just getting bullied by Double Lift and Lokodoko, and unfortunately, Hotshot was still getting farm.
Yeah,
They weren't able to zone him despite him being a melee champion, and that's really your main point of a lane swap, is to shut down the enemy top lane.
Well, they let the wave push into his tower really, really far, and he couldn't do much with it, but I think we're about to see a gank up in top lane, as Mundo is sprinting up there, but he passed through a ward. So, no dice on that one. And down in bot lane, we do see the play. Robert X Lee has actually blown up Lokodoko, and Doublelift is trying to finish Robert X Lee. Needs one more hit, but those Zyra monsters, those minions are zoning him out. Those plants are so strong, and the cards go down. It's not enough. He's able to juke out of the yellow card, but a nice knock into the wall, actually getting exhausted, popping the cleanse out. They need a little more damage. Spells, he does go down. Now, are they going to turn for Robert X Lee? The juke, no! Doublelift will go down to the Zyra passive. And now Ari is on the prowl. That is a low health Twisted Fate. Chaucer trying to block out what he can, but you can't body block a Spirit Rush, except you can alter and yellow card around to the tower and pick up the revenge kill.
Oh wow, really well played there by CLG. The ultimate into the yellow card, and just unfortunately that tiny bit of damage shy of saving Big Fat LP. And it is 4 for 4. It is 12.1 to 12.2k. It is dead set even at the moment. Just the slightest bit of gold difference. But Lokodoko and Double Lift, since this lane swap, haven't had it easy. Roberts just got the poke over Double Lift, and I think Double Lift actually just generally has a lot of trouble with Zyra support in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of zoning from very, very far distance, and even after, you know, you dodge the first spell, the plants stick around. They just keep doing damage to you and keeping you off that area for an extended period of time.
Yes, because even if you run into try and attack a champion, you know, they'll slow you and deal damage. They deny an area, or if you turn around and attack them and they're the ranged ones, I can't remember if they're seed spitters or whatever. But if you do that, then they've got a ranged attack and will hit you back. Not for a lot, but it all adds up in the end. And it looks like Yoda now has an early Oracles. He's going to go ward sweep the river here. At the same time, we do have Chauster with the early Oracles as well. So they're going to get fed nice and fat off the wards on the map.
Yep, Chaucer going to get a free one out of
Yoda, very early dragon attempt here. Up comes Spellsy. Robert stays in lane. There is no wards around for CLG to stop this. Yoda taking a bit of damage, but he has his ultimate to regen. Here comes Robert. Chauster's nearby, but I don't think he suspects it. And first dragon of the game going to Absolute Legends. That'll be back up about 17 minutes.
You there.
You know, I mean, there was no real world coverage. They could have assumed that Spellsy was backing. I don't know. Robert stayed in the lane. He kept them, made them assume that Spellsy just wasn't there, and that there was no chance of them doing a dragon. Although I'm surprised Mundo got so low.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit there.
Ah, sorry. I was just saying I'm surprised Mundo decided to fight it for that long and get that low.
Yeah, but it was an early game, but they did... Generally, when you take out a ward this early, it's because you're preparing for a gank and the enemy bottom lane will get a bit more defensive. They don't generally expect you to clear the ward, hang around for 15 more seconds, and then nail out an
down
early
in bot lane. Doublelift going very aggressive on the spells. He needs a little bit more damage. Has been exhausted. The Sona ult goes out, but Doublelift isn't able to get himself out of trouble. He's going to fall, but Twisted Fate is coming from the side. Corky Valkyrie's away. Sona is still chasing on the spells. They really want him. All the teleports have gone out. Hotshot is down there. Big Fat LP is helping to chase. And looks like Zentek has gone into Loco Doco. Needs a little bit more damage. Yoda has popped his ultimate. And a nice flash out, but flash under the tower. They are going to get Loco Doco. And I think... Did Corky make it out? No, Robert actually did fall.
Robert got himself executed, I do believe.
Oh,
And
but
yeah,
I think they're going to catch the Jan and the Counter-Strike coming out. It does miss me. Knight was down. Ari now showing up to the party. Hotshot taking a little bit of harass. Don't
I
think
do
either team
apologize
wants
for
to
interrupting
engage.
there. As we're saying, just like that, the entirety of the match took place in bottom lane, just for the snap of your fingers. And that is what teleport can and does do. And everyone's going to back out and get back to basics. Blue buff being given over to Link yet again. The blue buff is up for CLG, but they haven't given it over just yet. So Mundo can make a play for that if he so chooses.
And swap up the top lane goes the Vayne to just pick up some free farm, possibly push down the tower. I don't think they want Janna against Jax for now.
But a lot of people don't remember that there was a period in the meta where Vayne was actually quite common at solo topping, taking that cleanse. So Doublelift does have that option.
Looks like we might see a...
Meanwhile, Hotshot getting bullied down bottom by Robert, forced to leap strike out. And it looks like we have, yep, the total lane swap yet again. Blue buff now being given back over to Big Fat LP. And it looks like Link's going to roam up and look for a gank through this try. There is no ward that will spot her. Chowstar at the same time coming up has just been spotted by the ward as he approaches that tri-bush. Charm lands on him and Mundo's there as well. Forces the ultimate to get out of there. Yoda landing a briefcase. He's like, are they going to try and get a... Oh, the ultimate out of Sona gets out of there. The ultimate from Janna as well. But Twisted Fate is going to ultimate in. Yoda is so dangerously low. In comes Big Fat LP and Link goes down, but not before Doublelift melts as well. Link is still barely alive though. He's taken so much damage. He misses the wild cards there. Chasing with the gold card. Link finally will die, but not before Loco Doco goes down. In comes Chowstar again. He's finally desperate to try and equal out all of this killing and damage his team has taken, but Janna gets away. I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. My names were all over the shop.
Yeah,
well played there by absolute legends.
Yeah, that was a...
Link just would not go down.
No, had great juice, got in and out of the brush very quickly. Meanwhile, the rest of his team, they were pushing bot. They got a tower out of that.
Yep, and that was just well played by absolute legends. They took CLG's aggression and just turned it around on them. They made them chase a carry constantly while, I wouldn't say a support, while Janna just sat there and beat on the normal support, which is Loco Doco. And because of that, they are now ahead 2.5k. I can't count. Yes, 2.5k gold lead, 1 tower to 0. And it is only 15.5 minutes. Link going in deep on Big Fat LP here. He does land the charm. There's the Orb of Deception, but the Igniter's on Link. Big Fat LP going to back out with that after that gold card's done.
Yeah, not enough damage there. I mean, you know, it's not an DFG already. You can't really full to 0 most people.
Yeah, she has chosen to go for that Abyssal Scepter and that Giant's Belt without the Sorka shoes already. So focusing a lot more on utility. So she will not be able to one-hit combo everybody. And I'll double lift and Loco Doco pushing up this top tower. They really do want to take it out, but Zekken's at that point where he's got so much wave clear. Look at that.
Oh, Twisted Fate ultimate down in bot lane. Spellsy has been caught. Chowster is there. Big Fat OP comes in, and they will get the exhaust on Big Fat OP, trying to finish him. He's almost dead. 1 or 2 more basic attack would have finished the job. And Robert is slightly chasing, but a nice kill pickup for CLG.
Very good catch there. I nearly missed that too. And CLG just kind of pounding out altogether on one person, but mid is undefended as Robert and Link do rock up, and Yoda scouting out Baron. I was about to say he's gonna try for Dragon. He's clearing the wards. Down goes mid turret, completely undefended by Robert and Link, and now Dragon has just spawned, so Absolute Legend's gonna try and steal this before CLG even know what is what.
Yeah, no. Meanwhile, Jax is pushing bot lane, so if he's not careful, they're going to finish that dragon and make a beeline straight for him. As they are doing right now, he wants that tower. Hotshot gonna get caught by that cleaver, takes a little bit of damage. Jumps away to his minions, but I think they can close in on him if he's not careful. He's just trying to lead them on a great escape, just like he's done the rest of the game. Chowster actually a nice counter-strike jump over Corki. He's going to get him slightly out of trouble, but Spellsy is there, and Robert just has way too much damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was no way Hotshot was getting out of there. Yes, BF Sword and Phage. That's a dangerous combination to have on a Corki, even despite the small nerf to Phage's slow. Meanwhile, up top, double lift and Loco Doco just zoning Zekken out while they push down that turret. And it looks like Link is going to come up, try for a gank. They do have that Tribush warded, so will they escape though is the question. Is it too late? Link does come in, he does have his ultimate if he so chooses. Pops his ultimate, gets in, and he misses the charm. Double lift was on the wrong side of nowhere. Double lift taking a ton of damage though as Hotshot GG teleports in. The Janna ultimate whiffs and gets nothing, and down she goes.
Yeah, meanwhile, Spellsy has been caught by Chowster. He needs a little bit more damage. Doesn't have ultimate, but he's got a red buff, so if he lands a basic attack, the Seismic Shard comes out, and in comes Roberts. Just zone Chowster off of that.
Yep, and they Spellsy, I thought he was dead to rights there. Unfortunately, sorry, not unfortunately, fortunately, he was saved by his teammate. Oh wow. Did that sound biased? Yeah,
someone doesn't like Spellsy.
I don't like Zyra, I'll be honest.
It's all the champion hate.
It really is. And Absolute Legends now ahead almost 3k in gold, leading 2 towers to 1. They have so much dragon control now, and that little bit of farm difference not going in CLG's way because the 2 dragons is really, really affecting this game at the moment. And Hotshot's really just not gaining that ground despite being Jax. He's having a hard time hitting the ground running, as it were. It looks like we will see Spellsy come up top. The ward does spot him, however. Hotshot's well and truly aware of this, but he's sitting pretty close in those bushes. He does leap to Spellsy, and he gets underneath his tower. His turret doesn't have any health left, though, and Robert's going to take it out. Hotshot is forced to flash away.
Yep, on that we do see some pings going down on towers, so I think Chowster will come over and try and support Hotshot while Vayne tries to take this tower down in bot lane on a run. It is very, very low. They're actually going to find Spellsy going over the wall. The counter-strike is about to come out and lock him up. The Zyra ultimate does pick them up again, and the passive doing a fair bit of damage to Hotshot. He needs to be very, very careful. Chowster is coming from behind. Yoda is there, so Hotshot will fall. And now a nice flash out, or teleport out by Big Fat, but kind of going to put him in a bit of trouble as Robert is there. Loco Doco is there to lock up 2 of them, but Yoda is still chasing. He's taking tower now. And meanwhile, Vayne has pushed down bot tower. Janna has shown up to the party with a teleport. Ari coming in with her ultimate is going to finish off Big Fat OP, and Yoda finishes Sona. Loco Doco falling there, but they couldn't finish Chowster too.
Well played by Absolute Legends there. They just drove CLG into their base and slowly destroyed them. Meanwhile, Double Lift is pushing up on him, but he's not going to get this turret because Zyra's going to be there. He's just didn't have the creeps by the time he reached it.
I mean, he got one tower, got a fair bit of free farm, but, you know, his team, you know, did take a few losses there.
And if only Double Lift were there, that fight would have gone completely differently. Everyone was so low. And Robert sticking around probably past his welcome, but he is going to get out without too much trouble there.
So taking
Very strong game of fundamentals at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot about just, you know, there hasn't, you know, the lane swaps were, you know, kind of crazy in the beginning, but just very, very coordinated play. Coming out with these teleports, just finding the right teammates and making sure that they don't get, you know, don't get finished off, or at least Absolute Legends has done a very good job of saving their teleports for just the right moment.
Yep, and you know what? I'm going to say it. I hope that when these teams get to IEM Singapore, they do run teleport, because then, you know, everyone in solo queue will start running teleport top, and it's just such a fantastic summoner spell. Not enough people appreciate it for the game-changing summoner it is.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, you have to have that team coordination to make sure that there's a ward there to teleport to make sure that, you know, you're not putting yourself in a position at which, you know, yeah, they have teleport, but there's no one there to help them even if they teleport in.
Exactly. But what better way than practice making perfect? And Chowster getting caught out a little there. The superior map vision from Absolute Legends coming to play. They didn't kill him though. Just sitting there having a little poke war at the moment. They're just waiting for someone to misstep and make a mistake.
You know, so I was just looking to catch someone, you know, or Ari to land the charm. Just find someone that they can just start their engagement on.
Yeah, Spellsy is just really hankering to blast those seeds onto some guy and initiate for his team. Because they don't have that strong initiate as where CLG has it with Malphite, Absolute Legends really have to rely on just catching someone out with a root or a slow, and it looks like they're going to pound out yet the third dragon of the game while CLG go up and possibly try for... Oh, nope, they abandon dragon because they think Baron is in trouble. And CLG were attempting it. Hotshot nowhere to be found though, so there will not be a team fight around that.
I mean, Hotshot's pushing bot again. Let the rest of the team looking to collapse on it, at least Absolute Legends. Now they just want their dragon.
And we've seen this the past few games. CLG seem quite content to ignore dragon in favour of pushing lanes. But they're hemorrhaging gold to Absolute Legends at the moment, and that dragon will be up at about 2940.
Yeah, I mean, they're willing to give up, you know, they're about 5k gold behind, and a fair bit of that coming out to the dragons they lost, but, you know, double lift is farming. You know, he's a 30 farm up on this Corki. Corki is up in kills. Don't get me wrong, Corki's definitely stronger at this point, but they're just content to, they value towers more than dragon.
Yes, they do, but unfortunately they're not getting them. Oh, Chester nearly catching Yoda out there, but just a split second too late. Now is the time, if any, to get down that turret.
Yeah, push whatever they can. Vayne is up. She's drawn two. She's actually drawn... No, that was actually Jax who came over the wall. Vayne popping on her ultimate double if needing to get out of there, while the rest of the team is taking this mid turret. Spellsy doing what he can, but taking a lot of poke damage from that Twisted Fate and Sona.
Yep, and while they were able to weaken turrets there, they weren't actually able to get one, so they're still lacking that objective gold, and they're really on the back foot. They have to wait for Absolute Legends to make their next move and counter on it, because their only other play is push, which there's so much wave clear on Absolute Legends that it's really, really uphill.
Oh, Hotshot gonna get caught out by Yoda. At least gonna see him misses the infected briefcase. Gonna go and get that blue buff over to Ari, and I'm wondering, you know, CLG, they're definitely waiting for their moment to engage, but they don't seem to want to force the opportunity at all.
They don't feel confident in the team fight, and it's just reflecting in their gameplay. They want to push this down. They want to get the map control and they love to get ahead before they get cocky, and CLG play very safe in that regard. And they tend to not panic too much. They will only ever do silly, wouldn't say silly things, but take risks when they are ahead. Otherwise, it's all very slow and measured and build up to late game. It's why they pick champions like Vayne. Why they pick champions like Twisted Fate, who, you know, he's good all game, but he really hits his stride once he completes that Lich Bane.
Jax has some minions up here, so he can do some damage to the tower. Has drawn over Zentek. So, will we see a forced Baron fight? Or is Jax going to teleport in here because... Oh no, there's killing wards. I thought that started Baron.
Yeah, they are just basically hanging around and feeding off the wards at the moment, letting Hotshot GG try and distract as many of the team as possible. As we see Robert come over as well, Hotshot GG is going to have to get out of here.
You know, they've successfully pulled two. Now that Hotshot knows that they've pulled two, the rest of his team can engage or at least try and save him as he leaf strikes over the wall. Flash from Zenek. Trying to catch Hotshot, the tornado will not land. And I'm surprised that the rest of CLG didn't find a moment to engage there.
Yeah, I'm really surprised too. Even the ult was popped by Big Fat LP, but no teleport made. And really, they had the numerical advantage. Even Zyra was away in the jungle. They could have initiated, but they just chose not to. I'm not sure if they're feeling the pressure or they're getting tired. It has been a long day of games, or even if they just want to draw this out, they don't want to take risks until Vayne is, well, Vayne is Vayne status.
Vayne is getting Vayne status. You know, a lot of farm on Vayne. 257, 58, 59, and there is the Baron ping. And they don't do it. This reminds me of CLG EU versus, what was it, Najin's Sword? That match at Worlds that was literally, you know, it's only 27 minutes, don't get me wrong, they haven't been playing that long, but just waiting for someone to step out of line.
And sometimes that's exactly what you need to do, regardless of how well you're doing in a game. If your opponents are that skilled that you're scared of them taking advantage of any tiny mistake that you have to play the same. You reach this point where it becomes not about, you know, who has more gold or, you know, who gets the better initiative.
Taking a lot of damage. Robert decides to Valkyrie in towards bot lane. He's running as fast as he can. He should be able to jump away to a minion very, very soon, unless Janet can get in range. And meanwhile, Ahri, taking a lot of damage in mid, is basically dead. They've also caught Chaucer. Spellsy exhausting him. He flashes away from the ultimate. Big Fat LP is there locking up Zyra. Jax has made it out of there, so it comes down to whether or not Vayne decides to join the fight. No, she's going to continue to push the tower. Loco flashing over the wall as Zenek decides to join the party. The Shirelius has gone out, and Twisted Fate gets pushed away, so he isn't going to make it out of there safely. Vayne is there, but I don't know what they're going to do with it.
So 2 kills for 0 in favor of Absolute Legends. Meanwhile, Doublelift was able to take out one of the top turrets. And are they going to be able to distract or kill Absolute Legends at this Baron?
Do they have Malphite ultimate? They don't. So there goes a huge amount of, you know, ability to slow down the Baron. Vayne actually going in on Zenek. Is going to lock him up under the wall. Is going to pick up the kill. No, yes he will. And now tries to flash away, but gets caught. Hotshot GG now coming in from the side. They've locked up Robert and are trying to finish the job. He's going to Valkyrie away. Ahri is there. Link coming in from the side. Needs to land something. They're going to land every snare they've got, plus the charm. He's very, very tanky, but Hotshot will fall. And Chas is the only remaining member to make it out of there, except for Loco, who had already died once.
Yep, but in the end, that was a 2-for-2 exchange once the Baron fight had started. That Hotshot GG teleport is too strong, and they stopped the Baron. That's the important thing. And as I was just saying before, all of that action did happen. They're waiting for their opponents to get impatient, to make a mistake, to mess up, and that's what CLG did. They, you know, they did get killed in that team fight, but then they realized they were doing Baron. Hotshot was up with his teleport. Doublelift was still alive. They basically took advantage of the fact that Absolute Legends wanted to pound it out while they were weak.
Yeah, and take a look at the farm on Doublelift. He's up, you know, about 50.
Oh wow, that is so much farm.
He's up about 50, and there's just so much extra gold generation apparently coming out of CLG that they can be down 6 kills and only be down 3,000 gold.
Well, I guess a bit of that has to be at least attributed to the Twisted Fate passive, the loaded dice.
Yes.
But also they are really, like, some of them are really ahead in creep kills.
Oh, and the ultimate on the Spellsy.
Big Fat LP teleporting in as well. Everybody just piling in, taking advantage of that one person out of position. And Big Fat LP taking a good chunk of damage from Zyra's passive, but they do have the advantage 4-5, though Hotshot is down the bottom and they are injured. Absolute Legends going to chase them out of here, and Ping's going down on mid. They're going to try and get this tower. They're not going to let Hotshot push without them losing something. Down will go mid tower for CLG. There's no choice but to just give it up. Hotshot GG is going to have to work away at that tower on his own.
I think we'll probably see some sort of engagement soon because they're not gonna let them have this tower. Not without it.
No, it has taken way too much damage already for very little reason. They just need to get in it and risk it. They can't concede this tower, not at this point.
Yep, and there's the ultimate from Ahri. She's gonna try and lock up Double with the cleanse and finishes Ahri. The exhaust onto Ahri kept her there, and oh my god, they did not finish Robert. That is their problem. They let Robert get by, and a nice lockup on him. A lot of damage is down. They need a little bit more of those Janna shields. Those are so big, Janna shields. Oh my god, that is so much healing. And now, oh, Hotshot has joined the party. He needs to get anything he can. The ultimate from Twisted Fate is out, and now he's going to look to lock up Janna. Lands the card, and no, it's the Leap Strike from Jax that finishes the job. They let Mundo make it out of there safely, but they took what they could and didn't lose the inhibitor.
Yep, in regards to those really large Janna shields, oh, Hotshot goes in on Spellsy in mid. Spellsy pops these Shirelias to try and get out, but there's Yoda forcing Hotshot to back out. What was I saying?
I'm not sure.
Neither do I. Neither do I. Just
at least we're on the same page.
And it looks like CLG, they conceded that tower, but in the end they did win that fight. Hotshot, however, not able to do any damage onto the inhibitor turret while he was pushing. It's not working out for them. They're always sending one person back and stopping them. In this case it was Spellsy, a support, who managed to stop Jax.
I don't know why okay, they did get the tower. I was about to say, I don't know why Hotshot didn't walk up and smack the tower once before he left that tower. I didn't think it was going to get down. But they did get that tower, and take a look at Ahri. She's working towards her death cap, but you're right, she built so far into her utility, whereas Twisted Fate went, it has some utility, but went a lot of raw damage. Wants to be able to push down towers, but just has, so much hurt.
And I guess that's what it is. You have Ahri, who's building a lot more utility survivability, does have a decent amount of damage. Janna, all damage, all day, and as we just saw in that last fight, and that's what I was going to say before I forgot. Those shields are massive, and that's why AP Janna, I think that's the secret of their combo, is they have basically a Lulu ultimate, but on a shorter duration.
Oh, Jax has his Guardian Angel, is looking for his jump. The counter strike goes out, forces out the Ahri ultimate, so that might have been good if they could disengage from there. It looks like they're gonna turn onto Mundo. No, it is Double taking a lot of damage. Out goes the Malphite ultimate. Robert taking a lot of damage. The Sona ultimate, loss of Yoda. And I think it's going to be Robert. No, it's going to be Yoda that Double decides to turn his attention on. Jax is just taking everything he can. They will get Yoda. Jax is going to come back up with that Guardians. And actually, Loco Doco picks up the kill on the Zyra. And now a nice Twisted Fate yellow card is going to lock up Robert long enough for Double to come in. The Twisted Fate ultimate gets the double kill. Ahri's just sort of standing there. I don't know what she was doing. And there's the triple kill. And CLG, now they can finally get a good push.
Yes, ace in favor of CLG, still 20-20 as far as kills go, and 56 to 54k gold. So even with that epic team fight, everything is still fairly dead even. They are going to get the inhibit out of this though, there's no question about that. They may be able to
I think they can keep pushing. They can take something else.
I think they can. I was going to say they may be able to keep pushing or peel off the Baron. It looks like they're going to go straight for Baron.
Yep, they popped up the Shirelias.
They're going to rush there as fast as they can. And that fight, really, all CLG was doing, they were just skirmishing, waiting to find Robert out of position. Because they got him low the first time, and then he backed out. Janna healed him to full with all of that AP on her ultimate. And then it was just finding him again. They're doing this so fast. I don't think Absolute Legends are going to get there in time. There's no way whatsoever. Baron goes to CLG.
Oh, Jax and Janna duking it out. Jana has realized that Jax just got way stronger than her. And I'm curious to see what people are going to pick up. So taking a look between the AD carries, Triforce, Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster onto Corki. Vayne has gone with the Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, and Bloodthirster. He's sitting on 3,000 gold. So Vayne picks up what? Has a Quicksilver Sash, Instant Infinity Edge, and we do see a pause.
We do. The link apparently disconnected yet again. That is fine. It gives me time to update the timers because I missed the dragon kill that occurred at some point.
Aw, Zen. Zen.
I was doing so well for a time. But Absolute Legends really against the ropes at the moment. CLG, all it took was that one fight. And it really just changed everything.
Yeah, as I was saying, taking a look at... Oh no, we're going to be getting back in, but I think Doublelift is up in top lane, farming away so that he can instantly pick up an Infinity Edge. You know, he needs a little bit more gold. What is Infinity Edge? Like 3,800? Yes?
Sorry, I'm still updating the timers.
Oh.
I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Alt tabbing back into the game right now. And Doublelift has... Oh my god.
He's got like 2,000 gold and a BF sword. I think he'll... What's he got? Yeah, he'll get
he's
an
waiting
Infinity
to
Edge
turn that
very
into
soon.
a full-fledged IE.
I thought he was just going to farm up and wait for it, but they do have Baron, so they might as well push. We see Pink down onto the top tower, Doublelift going up there to farm, so going to work on that Infinity Edge while he just continues to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, CLG just really need to drive this home. They can't give Absolute Legends any room to breathe at the moment, and they've been split pushing all day in every matchup, and now is the time to really abuse the fact they've so practiced at it, and we're about to find out why as they have Baron buff and go in on top turret, while Ari is all the way down the bottom. Link is in no position to help.
They're going to go right on top of the tower. Yoda trying to engage on the Hotshot. Hotshot taking a lot of damage. They are going to finish the tower. Yoda getting burned down by the Vayne, the Sona ultimate, plus the Malphite ultimate, locking up everyone's Zenek. Pops his ultimate out to Janik, pushing them away, but it doesn't matter because Hotshot is on just an absolute taking spree, and Doublelift is cutting through everyone. Loco Doco picking up the kill on Desira. They're going to take the inhibitor, and I don't want to say this is GG unless something really remarkable happens.
Well, they still do have Robert, so don't count them out of the fight yet. And Zekken and Ari. It's all of their solo laners here.
Alright, carries for the play.
Carries for the play.
Hotshot with the flash onto Robert, locks him up, instant cleanse away, plus that Janna shield. Oh my god, it just protects so much. But the Nexus is open and they can't stop Doublelift. I want to say this is GG as Doublelift finishes off Link, turns onto Robert, finishes him as well. Is he going to get the triple kill onto Zentek? One more shot, he will get the triple kill, and that is GG.
That is GG, well played. Game 1 going to CLG over Absolute Legends. And we'll move on to Game 2 here shortly, see if they can bring it back for a third game in this series. Wow, well played. And that is what happens when you ignore Doublelift. You cannot give him any breathing room in a